Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we're gonna make one car not so loud, but a little bit louder than stock. One thing I have that you guys should know by now is a Resonator Delete, which I got done at a muffler shop. Now the only thing is that once this guy put it up on the lift and I was able to look under, I realized that the resonator is actually on a straight pipe. So it's not bent in any way, it doesn't have any weird bent pipes on it, it's just a straight pipe. So I was like, dude, damn, I could have definitely done this at home, but I just didn't think about it, and in the middle of the whole thing, I just let the guy do it. If you can find the right shop and you're not doing the work and it's going to be like 60 bucks, then go ahead and do it. But if you want it to be a DIY project, something you did yourself, you could also do that. Now, I already have the Resonator Delete installed in my car, so there's no way I'm going to go take it off. But my mom's car has a very similar system. It's just a resonator on a straight pipe. So I'm going to show you guys how to remove the resonator from this car that I'm sitting in right now. It's a 2004 Honda Pilot. And you can use those same techniques to do your own resonator with hand tools at home. So first thing you're going to need, and I'm going to post a link of it up top over here from Deutsche Auto Parts, is either Schwaben pipe cutter, tailpipe cutter, or something of the sorts. I'll also put a link in the description for the one I bought at Amazon, which ran me somewhere around 30 somewhat bucks, which is pretty cheap because it's something that I am eventually going to use in the future. We're planning on doing this exact same mod on Sammy's Mark V GTI, so it's going to be a very similar process no matter what car you do it in. If you guys remember my Cabrio project, most of you guys were never subscribed to that. I only maybe made 4, 5, 6 videos on it, if that, to tell you the truth. I had a 2001 Cabrio, I don't know, the highest model of it with the leather and the 6CD changer, all that fun jazz. But I only kept it for a little while and then sold it for a little bit more than I got it for. Now, for that car, I bought a brand new exhaust system because it was all broken and stuff. So I actually bought a brand new exhaust system for it. And I actually kept one of the pieces because I didn't have to replace it. It turns out that that piece I can actually use on this car if I modify it correctly. For your Mark 7, what you want to do is you want to buy the same stock size pipe and make sure that it's long enough to cover a little bit past where the resonator size. So I think it's somewhere around, I don't know, somewhere around 3-4 feet. So buy yourself some 3-4 feet of pipe, and then what you want to do is you want to buy 2 clamps that will connect the pipe, not go inside each other, but actually the longer clamps that have the 2 bolts and connect 2 pipes together and make a seal. So you want to get 2 of those. I'll put links in the description down below for all of those things. I'll look it up for you guys to make it easier, so that way you guys can go ahead and do your own Resonator Delete. This is the OEM Tools tailpipe cutter. You can get the Schwaben. It honestly looks exactly the same. So get whichever one is cheaper. And what you want to do is you're going to be really underneath the car, but you're going to wrap this around. Make sure it's open. Wrap this around and clamp it where you think it's a little bit tight, which will probably be this one down here. This, you're just going to pretty much rotate back and forth. Just kind of rotate it like this. After a little while, you get to a point where it starts to let you squeeze a little bit more. Just squeeze down on it and turn it, go, and then you can pretty much just let go of this, and this thing should knock right off. Just like that. Now I know I made that look a little bit easier than it was in the video because I sped everything up, but just so you know, you're going to be moving back and forth quite a bit on this piece. So try to cut less of this and more of the stock pipe, because after being heat cycled and everything, it's a little bit weaker than something like this that's freshly made. Most of you guys won't have to do that step, but I wanted to show you exactly what it is that I'm doing down here. So what you want to do when you're under the car is you want to actually loop this over to the top here, and you actually want to cut as close to this as you can. That pipe is removed just like that. Like I said, this one's going to be a lot simpler to do than doing the other side, so make sure you you take care of that first. Now we're gonna move to the back side of this and repeat the same steps. So after you take off the second hanger, you should be able to kind of assess your damage here. And this is what it looks like right now. Obviously yours won't look like this because the GTI is fairly new, but this one's all corroded and all kinds of stuff. So we remove the entire thing, and underneath the car, you should pretty much just have a hanging pipe, and then one that's just blank all the way to the back. So now we're gonna test fit the pipe, see if there's anything else we need to remove, and hopefully there isn't, because cutting this one is no fun. So if I have to cut anything, it's going to be underneath the car. So if you cut this right under the GTI, or whatever other car you're using, you should have a pipe that ends like this, without that adapter, because you actually cut it right. And then you have your extension pipe on the other side, right there. Let me actually lighten this up a little bit so you guys can see. You have your extension pipe down here, and then you have your other pipe that you put in over there. Now that's just pretty much jammed in. You would use the extended clamp to pretty much just put those together and seal that gap. Now you can't order much better exhaust clamps than this one, but I wanted to make this video as simple as I could. So I got the one from AutoZone, and we're gonna go ahead and just seal this up with that one. If you're a DIY guy, you know that AutoZone is terrible. So they actually put a 3-inch clamp inside the 2-inch clamp. So instead of doing what the normal person would do, let me just kind of brighten this down a little bit because it's too bright. Instead of doing what the normal person would do, which is to just bring back the clamp, all I did was just kind of cut it, fall it over, drill 2 new holes, and just kind of made one that actually worked perfectly. So we're gonna slide this back underneath the car, and then hopefully it'll tighten up all the clamps, and then hopefully this works, and then we'll do a sound test to see if it sounds any different than when it originally started up. So if you tighten on the clamps correctly and everything looks like it's sealed, then it's time for the test. Time to turn on the car and see exactly what we did here. Hopefully there are no leaks. If there are some leaks, then go back down and make sure your clamps are perfectly arranged and nothing is like sort of out of place. Now this car is going to sound a little bit louder than it would have with a perfect resonator in it. If you buy the right clamps, which are the longer clamps, about 4-inch clamps, something that looks like this is off, I think, my downpipe, but it'll give you the idea of what you actually need to do. Just make sure that you get one that's your size exhaust system. As you guys saw, I actually had to go back down a second time and tighten up all of those clamps because there was a small exhaust leak on that one clamp from AutoZone. Sort of gives you the idea of what we did here, and you guys can definitely do this on your Mark 7 GTI, Mark 5 GTI, or any car you're actually looking to do this in. Actually wanted to close out the video by giving you guys a little update of a couple of things that are going on with the channel. So I've actually set the dyno date for the JB4 to be dynoed with the stage 3 BFI clutch, so stay tuned for that. Also, we have a review coming up of the BFI clutch, so if you're interested in that, interested in hearing about the clutch chatter, things like that, make sure you subscribe to the channel to obviously be able to watch that video as soon as it comes out. So make sure you subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace out.